Howdy folks, Grok the DuckFarmer here, and I'm on the FTOG Feed the Beast Sky server, hanging out here at my refined storage area, and I'm so glad I figured out what was the problem. I went ahead and added over there the crafter so I could start crafting some things, mainly because I figured I'd start moving some power around a little bit more, so I figured automating making the flux points would be nice. And, that's what's, nice about that. Looking at this, I can make these 2 bits now, which is cool. But I wanted to dive into create for a little bit. So I went over here and did a few things. So I just added a shaft and 2 more cogwheels because it needed to be a little bit more space than was here. And I went ahead and I made, let's pull this out, the mechanical mixer, which I can put right there. And then there's a basin underneath it. And then I've got the blaze burner, which I crafted. If we just look at the recipes, there's the mechanical mixer. We've made cogwheels, we made andesite, but the whisk, yeah, we could do that. I just hammered out the plates. I went ahead and made the basin. That's just the andesite alloy. The blaze burner, I made this, and then it says you sit there and you just right click it on a blaze. Well, I've got my blaze farm, so that wasn't a problem. And the benefit of that is I can take, let's grab over here because I need ingots. Copper, and let's do half a stack because why not? And then I also need some zinc. So let's grab half a stack of zinc, and then I'm gonna grab 2 blaze rods because why not? It should be fine, but this way in case I mess up. So you just toss them in, and you can see they're inside there, but nothing happens because to make brass, we click on this and click on that and click on the mixer. To make brass, I need zinc and this has to be heated. So any combustible, but I've got a blaze rod and that's 120 seconds worth of heating. And so this will just slowly go ahead and do its thing. In fact, I'm going to hit it with the second one because I've got it there. So now I've got 200 seconds worth, and this has a little filter on it so it pulls out the brass when it's being done, and that goes into my system, which is very nice. Now, with that brass, that unlocks a whole bunch of good stuff. Like, for example, I made the smart chute that uses brass, and I also made the brass funnel. So if we look at the recipe for that, dried kelp, no problem, got that, got the brass. Electron tube is interesting. Iron plates we've seen, but polished rose quartz, well, for that, I did this where you take sandpaper in one hand, your offhand, and this rose quartz here, which is just quartz and redstone, and you put that in the other hand, then you right click and it'll do that and turn it into the nice polished one. Well, I've got there we go. I've got some sandpaper, and it's got a durability of 8. Well, after I use it, I repair it. Because yay, repairing. But that gives me the funnel, which will suck up. Actually, I get 2. The nice thing about this funnel is it will do stacks at a time, and also it has this right here in the front. There we go. It has this filter where I've told it that glass and gold, I want to be able to have it suck in. Everything else, it'll leave alone. So let's put that back. Nope, I didn't want to just get sucked through. It's a tiny little finicky piece right there. It's highlighted there. So that tells it what to do. This right here is the advanced demagnetization foil. It's, if you're familiar with Botania, it's the Signolia flower. It just stops my magnet from grabbing things. The smart chute, if we look at that, a regular chute, which is fairly cheap and easy to make, drops like 4 items at a time. But I want it to do a lot more. So brass sheet, where you hammered up the electron tube, same thing like that. This now does a stack at a time. And one of the reasons why I've kept this furnace here, well, it's not a furnace, but this burning, piece, even though over here I've got an energized smelter. Even if this were fully upgraded, so it's the ultimate factory, so it's got like 9 parallel smeltering pieces and fully speed upgraded, this is still faster, because you see I've got 18 stacks of gold. Well, not for very long. It dumps it super fast into here, and then each one of them is going to take 7, 10 seconds, something like that, to be processed. And then as soon as that cooks and it becomes a gold ingot, then my funnel will just suck it right here into the diamond chest. And you can do large amounts of lots of different types this way, which is fantastic. And as near as I can tell, what I'm guessing, it doesn't matter how much you put in there as to how fast it smelts. It seems to be, that 7-10 seconds, I'm guessing, is about how long it takes. What happened to the oh, because this is a wider thing. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. There's all my gold. That's very fast. There's no way you could do, that many of stacks in that, or any device. So I'm going to go ahead and shove that into here. Boop. There. Now I got a lot more gold, which is fantastic. I've been using a lot of gold. So this is why I really like Create, because it offers that bulk smelting. And I just did a whole bunch of glass a little bit earlier because yay. Now, you saw this originally. It was broken like this, and I had tossed it in there. And you can see it's just kind of sitting there inside because I can't have that running. And this, which is the mechanical press, I can't have them both running on here with everything. It's overstressed and it stops. So that's why I have it separate. But I could take anything. Let's grab a whole bunch of iron ingots, and I can just toss them as a bolt onto here, and it'll go ahead and hammer them out into plates, which is fantastic because that means I don't have to use the hammer that's in my inventory as a way of doing it, because it takes durability. Yeah, I can repair it, but this is fantastic. I don't have to do it. Last one. There we go. 6 plates. So fantastic. And the more I play with Create, the more I enjoy it and think it's a fantastic mod. So did that. The next thing I wanted to get in place was the mechanical crafter, which this uses brass on a stripped plank or a stripped log of any type. And you just right click it with the brass and it turns into this brass casing, which is pretty. But again, more of the electron tubes, lots of crafting tables. I was looking at my statistics. I have used these crafting tables 0 times in this mod pack because I instantly went to the crafting station where it holds the inventory. And that's what all these guys are. I love that feature. Anyway, so I wanted to craft these, and I crafted 7 batches of these, because if you hit U to look at this, there's a bunch of these large crafting things. Don't care about this one. Do care about this one. I would like to make that. The alternator is a way of making power. Don't care about the Tesla coil, any of the others, but I do want to sit there and make the crushing wheels. So that's why I did 21. That's 7 batches of 3. And so there's the crushing wheel recipe. And the whole reason why I want the crushing wheel processing stuff, but I also want to get the electric motor, and that needs a slightly different setup. So let me show you what I cobbled together. This little setup over here. Here's the 21 in the order it needs with everything I need for the wheel. But back here, I ended up making 6 of these water wheels because I had this is stepped up to be a little bit faster. And then I had it stepped up to be twice as fast. And then I had it stepped up a 3rd time, and it was overstressed. So I took it down. Finally, I realized I could step it up 1 speed, and I could pull it all the way back to here, but I didn't want to rebuild it. It was like the 5th time rebuilding this as I moved it back and forth, and I finally said, done. All right, let's make the crushing wheels. Put that right there. And this is some fantastic animation. I just, the sound clunk is great. I just love that sound. Clunk. it's and you can build huge recipes with this, which I did in a previous pack. And there's my wheels, and if you don't have it pointing into a chest, it's okay, it'll just spit it out. But I have enough network issues. I would rather have it go into a chest. Thank you very I should have put a barrel here because there's a solid block up above, but that's okay. I've got my wheels, which is fantastic. I should actually complete a questy for this. There's my create. Oh, it did. There's just no rewards for that. Okay. But I don't know if I'll make that, but I do want to make the electric motor, just not right this very second. But the reason why I want to make the electric motor is it allows you to pump FE or RF, whatever you want to call it, into any of these devices. So instead of having this one wheel sitting here, I just put the electric motor behind it, and then I can tell it how fast I want to go on the motor, and I don't need to have all these big, huge water wheel contraptions or windmills. I do want to make a windmill, but I don't need all those contraptions. And I think that's an excellent, excellent idea. Now, this needs to change its shape. Get rid of that and that and that. I believe that is the shape if we look at it again. Yes, it is. So it's a 3x3 with one sticking out to the other part. So there's the 3. So, and this configuration, you want to make sure all these paths all connect and they all lead down to here. So I need to put a barrel there instead of the chest. But yes, cool. Okay, I need to make the bits for this. Stamp out brass, I can do that. The copper spool, that's an empty spool. I can do that. The copper wire. Oh, I need to make a rolling mill. Okay, I can do that. I just need to find where to attach it. Okay, time to go down this rabbit hole. So all my create stuff is out of here, which is nice because, you know, it's a basement, doesn't need to be there. Let's go upstairs. I've moved it over to here, which is originally where I was thinking of moving all the create stuff. It's a little bit more cramped here than I was thinking, but eh. The basic plan is using these electric motors, and let's actually finish the electric motor. So that's 1, 2, 3. Let's grab that. Put the final ones over here. Here's one of the electric motors. I'm going to hold down the control key and scroll up so it's as fast as possible, because, you know, why not? And let's put my flux point there. Let's I'm going to yank this thing out real quick. For reasons you'll identify really quick. All right, see, it's spinning really fast. Let's put that in there. Oh, because I need a power source to turn it on, which is exactly what I want, because these cost money if they're just running. Money. They cost RF, and I don't want them to just be running and chewing up power that's not needed. So I'll have off switches. So much faster. So much faster. All right, let's go ahead and grab that and turn that off. All right, so I've got the assembly place, and I can rebuild this as necessary. And over here, I've got the stamping and the rolling mill. And for this, if you drop it on top, I should put a chute up here so I can drop it in there. But I can sit there and just turn this on. And it hammers away pretty quickly here. There was, I think, 12 iron ingots on here. Yep, all done. Turn that off. Over here, we've got the mechanical mixer, and you can see a little blaze down underneath there. I can access that, and this should have, yep, it's enough to make another 32, or actually a full stack of the brass. And I don't have this automatically exporting out of this one, which is okay. But this is fast enough. I could probably do 2 stacks in the 2 minutes that this is gonna run. Yeah, this is so much faster than before. So yeah, I could do 2 stacks easy with this, which is very nice. I like that. It's almost done. There we go. And we'll turn that off. And yeah, we definitely have more than a minute left. So much faster. That's why I like cranking these all the way up. Yeah, it eats up more power. I don't care. Over here, I have the smelting, the haunting, the smoking, and the washing, because, you know, each one of these has their own little setup. And initially, I was trying this with a gear chain. I think this is the thing, but they were all going in exactly the same direction, and unfortunately, doing it this direction, they all were sucking in, and I couldn't figure out how to go the opposite direction. So I said, fine, gearboxes, because they alternate, which is perfect because they all push out. And if we just turn this on, you can see the particles are blowing that way. So I'm going to shove in some nickel, which is going over here. Oh, my magnet looks like it is trying to catch that. Okay, I need to get 2 of these advanced magnetation. Advanced demagnetization coils. There. Yeah, it looks like it's just not quite big enough to get there, but that's okay. As soon as this smelts this down, that'll go into the chest, and I'm good to go. And I thought about hooking these all up, and I went, you know, I'm not going to be doing stuff that's going to require hours of it processing stuff. I'm just going to be doing them as I see fit, as I need them. And I'm waiting for this to go ahead and smelt. Up there it goes. Ta-da! There's my 3 stacks. So fast. And then over here, I have my milling, my waterlog sifter, and then the other ones here. And again, this also is super fast. Now, this has 64 sand. This has 64 gravel. And if I just flip the switch, let's see how fast. Oh, that's going through it so fast, which is great. And then this again is configured to automatically shove the results into the storage drawers, which I don't have a drawer for dust, which is fine. It just stays here because I'm going to process it through up there. That's 3/4 done. Millstone's slower, so it's not even half. But there, all the gravel's done. I'll take the dust. We'll shove that up there. So fast. It is really fast, which makes me happy. So that's processing a bunch of stuff there. Not sure what I need dust for, but I figured why not. Yeah, a bunch of good resources there. All right, so this is working out super nicely. Might as well wait for the last 2 to finish. All right, so that we'll toss that into there, and it's just going to process super quickly. So nice. All right, so we've got here a very nice working create setup, and off the top of my head, I'm not sure what more I want to do here. That annoys me. That's the only drawback with having the trapdoors for windows. I'm not sure what more I'm going to do with create. This actually looks like a pretty good collection of machines. I need to look at the other things, but for the stuff that I'm bound to use, it's going to be probably these setups. So I'm good with that. If I need more, well, I've got more room. I've got this room here. I've got stuff over here, and I've got an extra electric motor, so I can hook stuff up really fast and get them going. And to me, that's so much better than having running cables, gears, and everything running all over the place. That looks cool. I'm not a big fan of running cables. Yeah, that's just me. Anyway, I like this. Create is fun. The more I play with it, the more I appreciate it. Unfortunately, to really get to know it, I would have to do a pack where it's like, just create. And I'm tempted. Anyway, this has been Grok the DuckFarmer here on the FTOG Feed the Bee Skies server, having a blast with create. And thanks for watching. Bye.